Do you know what happened to the planes at the beginning of the zombie outbreak on The Walking Dead? What happened inside? Which even reveals to us more details of how this zombie infection spread around the world. Well, we have another secret episode that was only made available online, which shows much more of this beginning of the outbreak in The Walking Dead. And today I'm going to tell you this story with some details that even many people haven't realized until today. And if you want to know, stay here and let's go. Hello everyone who watching this beautiful channel, my name is João Victor and I'm back to talk about the Walking Dead universe again because you like it a lot, the videos about the web episodes. Thank you for the feedback. Yeah, if you don't know, the web episodes is these short episodes that were made available only in the internet, but which are part of the universe of the Walking Dead. It's canon. And also tell very important stories that give us to understand much more about the beginning there, especially this one about this flight. Yeah, let's explain, but first don't forget to check the like in this video, it helped me a lot with the promotion, and also don't forget to subscribe if you like more contents about the Walking Dead universe and much more. Also, as I used to say in all my videos, thank you for your patience with my English. Let's go. Yeah, those who used to follow this channel here already know that I have brought several descriptions and explanations about these web episodes, about the beginning of the Walking Dead, mostly about the main show, and this time I want to talk about a web episode, the first web episode from Fear the Walking Dead. Yeah, it was the first of them to promote this show, promote the first season of Fear. The name is Flight 462, which explains what happened on this plane, that even this plane appears in the main story of Fear the Walking Dead in the first season. But that way, it's not just important for Fear, there are some lines, some reference and explanations that are important for the whole universe, for us to understand more about this beginning. Yeah, basically the episode begins with this threat in Los Angeles airport, precisely the city where Fear the Walking Dead began, but at the time when the apocalypse was still beginning, and not everyone was aware of it, only a few. Well, in this moment, people are boarding this flight 462 bound for Arizona. One of these people is Jake Paul, this boy here, and he's taking his seat alone. He's boarding at this plane alone because his mother was left without a seat. In this case, the explanation of the story is that the two, he and his mother, would go into Arizona to find their father. He was there for work. So it starts, the passengers start to arrive. We start to see some things strange from some people who are sitting near Jake, like this passenger here named Marcus. You know, he confronts the stewardess, saying that he found out that the flights were being cancelled. She tells him to be quiet so she could do her job, while Jake himself is worried, talking to his mother by text message, asking when they will meet and everything else. They talk about the next flight she's going to take, that they will meet there later, his father will pick up at the airport, and yeah, at this point we have the addition of another protagonist of the story, which is a person who is there on the flight in the front seats. This character is named Alex. Well, she always observes situations at the beginning with some suspicious look there, and in the sequence we have a moment of a great concern from the boy, that while he's talking to his mother, he wants to know what is happening, that the world is very strange. He hears from the guy close to him that people is prohibiting takeoffs. He's asking his mother. She replies to him that it's no problem, she could go by car, and then in the middle of the call he hears someone screaming in the background as if there were zombies attacking already. Most likely at this point in the call the mother was already aware of the situation. She wanted to give her son peace of mind, tell him to calm down. The flight takes off, goes up, and everything is working well. But in the middle of the way, we see some passenger feeling sick. Marcus there, that one I talked in the beginning of the video. He vomits, he coughs, and Alex is always watching and she's worried. And that's when Jake, who is in the side listening to the conversation, interrupts and asks Alex if she thinks it's this flu that's going around. From this moment, we can understand a very important point from the beginning of the outbreak. I only remember one moment in the universe of The Walking Dead that mentions this problem as a flu. In the episode 1 of Fear the Walking Dead, we also hear something about it when Madison arrived to the school she's working and she says she got vaccinated. Here we have a proof that the population has observing little by little the zombie outbreak started like as a flu. It's a very important clue for us of how this zombie outbreak started in the world, in this universe. You can create a lot of theories based on that. And going back to the story, we can see that the woman, like Marcus's wife, is pretending that it's nothing. And we can think that many people around the world started to have some flu, got some little bite and thought nothing will happen, so the tension continues. We can see a scene of the stewardess being introduced serving drinks. Jake's still worried, talks to the passenger next to him, tells his story, she says that everything will be fine. And one important point from this scene is that she's knitting. She has some knitting needles and she's sewing. So remember this, it will be very important later, because at this point the problem begins. Marcus, who is the guy who was feeling sick, he gets up at once and then he goes to the back of the plane. He enters Marcus in the bathroom, feeling really sick. In this case, he locks himself and his wife, completely wanting to mask the whole situation. She says, no, it's reflux. It's another simple problem. He has no problem at all. Although Alex always asks how long he's been sick. How is he? Yeah, and the woman always is trying to mask the situation as if it was nothing. And yeah, after a long time, we can see a scene of Marcus's wife is there in the bathroom, wanting to know what's happening to him, that he's there until now, he's stuck there, so she lost her patience. A line of people had already formed who want to use the bathroom and nothing happened. At this moment, the steward is even warning, that the plane is about to land, they are arriving, and with Marcus's delay there, the steward is focused to call him, ask him to get out of there, go back to your seat, fasten your seatbelt, because the plane is about to land. And at this moment, Alex starts to worry more, even more because she seems to be very aware of the situation when she knows that the woman is about to open the door from the outside. The bathroom where Marcus is. Alex herself gets up, tries to stop it, but there's no way. It turns out in the end, they open it. Marcus falls there unconscious, already turning into a zombie. And the point is that they didn't know. Also, the policeman there joins to try to help with the first aid, despite having no result. At that moment, the stewardess takes over, and that's when it starts to go even worse. Alex tells them to stop because she has some notion that this is going to go bad. It's most likely that at this point she knows some information about people attacking each other, so she knows that this guy could transform, and precisely investigating his body there, she discovers the bite he was hiding. And then she asks to the stewardess to tie him up. She tries everything, but people tells she's crazy. The policeman who is there pushes her away, saying that he has a gun in his waistband, and then obviously the worst happens. While the woman's trying to help Marcus to resurrect him, Marcus wakes up like a zombie and rightly attacks. There at the moment he gets up, the policeman takes him from behind, tries to hold him as much as possible despite the guy fighting back. They move back and forth on the plane while people on the plane itself are screaming, already desperate, and then they manage to trap him back inside the bathroom. That's where they have some moment of calm to try to relax and to think about it, and that's where some mistakes begin, which we even need to say are some very silly things. At that moment, Alex looks at her arm and realizes that there was blood dripping on her arm, not coming out of her arm, but dripping from someone. When she looks, it's the stewardess' arm that is dripping blood because Marcus zombie beat her there, and that's when she says the same thing. She's bleeding, she's going to transform like the guy there, warning the cop to tie her up. She even turns to the woman and asks her to let the captain of the plane know that they need to land, but she says that they are trying to do it. In fact, she was hiding the whole situation. At this point, they were trying to land in various locations, but they are not succeeding. In fact, we have moments before that, right, when Jake himself looks out the window and sees the city lights all going out little by little. All this makes the pilot himself warn on the plane that they will not land there on Arizona anymore, and they are going to turn around and go back to Los Angeles. And so at this moment, without having much to solve, we have a conversation between Alex herself and Jake. Jake asking her, how did you know he was going to have a reaction and all that? She hides a little and she is interrupted for the moment when the wife of the guy who is zombified is wanting to talk to the guy. Even seeing that he's crazy, he's beating and everything, she still wants to talk to him. She wants to open the bathroom door, and that's when the dumbest part happens. Instead of them watching the woman, the policeman and Alex simply move away from her, leaving her there alone, knowing that the woman could very well open the door. And that's what she does. When she opens it, her zombified husband attacks, biting her neck, and that's when the policeman acts. He takes his pistol there, puts bullets in, and starts shooting inside a pressurized plane, which does make bullets hit places they couldn't have hit. But the big point here is that the policeman didn't know at the beginning that if he shot the zombie at the body, he wouldn't kill. He shoots again, finishes a few bullets, and the zombie doesn't die. So the zombie comes up and Alex is screaming. At that moment, she goes up, tries to help, and that's when Jake himself comes into action to help. He takes one of the knitting needles from the passenger who was next to him that I said in the beginning of the video. He risks jumping on the plane's chairs, and he manages to deliver to Alex so that she can hit the zombie's head and finish him. That's when we have another moment of calm, but the calm continues with the concern, because at the moment the policeman shot, he hit one of the plane's windows and it just starts to crack. There we have a passing of time. After a while they are a little calmer. The window has not broken for now. In the meantime, we see Marcus's wife dying little by little. She had been literally really beating on her shoulder. So Alex ends her suffering, sticks the needle into her head, but that's when the big point happens. After this time, the crack in the window increases due to the pressure, causing it to crack all over and a gigantic hole open in the plane. And then the chaos begins. It depressurizes the plane, all passengers try to get the place to wear the oxygen masks, everyone goes crazy, everyone goes desperate, the plane literally begins to fall. That's where we have Alex sitting next to Jake and apologizing, saying that she probably took his mother's place. The seat on the plane, you know, which was supposed to be for his mother, for the two of them to be together. We see that Jake is totally worried there, desperate, watching, you know, the plane falling little by little, but Alex promises that he will be there soon. And then we have a cut to the scene of Fear the Walking Dead, where this web episode connects, which is a moment in the first season where we have Nick, Madsen's son, walking around the side of the house. Anyone who watched Fear the Walking Dead knows what Nick was like, and in this moment he hears a plane noise, and when he looks at the sky, it's just the plane passing overhead. At that moment, he desperately tries to follow the plane, until we see on the horizon that the plane kind of changes sides. It changes to the other side, and yeah, it implies that the plane has crashed. Yeah, this is the story of the Flight 462, and the interesting thing is that it connects to the second season of Fear the Walking Dead. We have the continuation of Jake himself and Alex proving that they are some survivors of the flight crash. If you want me to tell how it continues, a little of the explanation, go right in the comments. Also, right there, what do you think of this episode? Why do you think it's important? This explanation about the flu too, which spread out. This is such an unexplored point in the universe. You liked this video? Don't forget to check the like here, it helps me a lot with the promotion. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more videos explaining more points about the Walking Dead universe. Thank you for watching this video, I'll be back soon, and bye!